Trying to see that I see you guys. Perfect. So I'm just going to go into Zoom to find me. So hi guys, I'm just trying to make sure that I see you live. And hi, I think I'm live. I'm just gonna try to find myself on the laptop, so on my phone. So if I'm looking down, I see you guys. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure that we're doing okay. And for that, I need to find um, the account. So how are you guys? How's everything going? As always, chime in where you guys are from and where you're looking from. So we're gonna give some time until everybody can find us, and then we are gonna flip the camera and get started. And today we are actually gonna scrapbook and actually gonna show you a little bit of what's coming to Pinkfresh Studio this Monday. So I see myself live on the phone, so I'm gonna put it on the side and I'm just gonna chat with you guys. And how's your week going? I know that I'm finally starting to look or feel actually like fall here in Toronto. And I hope you guys are all like, nice, getting nice and cool. Oh, okay, I think somebody. Okay, I see Heather. Is it Heather or Leah today? I think it's Heather. Heather's usually with me on. She's the voice in the sky. Hello from Saskatchewan. Hello from Toronto, Saskatchewan. Sherry, that's your name. So we're just gonna wait for a few more. I know that with the weather changing and with the world going back to normal somehow, a lot of you guys are at work. So remember, this is being recorded and you can go back at any time to see it. Especially if you want to follow the procedure and repeat what I'm doing. It's being recorded, as well as every single live that Leah or Heather do. So you can always go back. Oh, hi Heather. So I'm just listening. I'm just looking down to make sure that my comments, I have you on the screen, but I have the comments on my phone. So if you see me looking down, it's just I'm checking on the comments. Hello from Florida. Hello from Omaha, Nebraska. Are you guys doing okay in the States? I know it was insane, the weather lately. We were just, I just came from a meeting with another design team, and the conversation revolved around the flooding in New York, in that area. It was crazy. So if you are in any affected area, please, my thoughts are with you. I hope, the cleanup gets better and, we can go back to regular life. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer. Are you guys excited about the Pinkfresh Studio new release? Let me tell you, it's beautiful. Also, don't forget the new virtual event from Pinkfresh Studio is live. Like, you can go and purchase it. I think you still have some time for it. There's a little sneak peeks of what's coming, and I love them. I love Pinkfresh Studio, and the sneak peeks are like just beautiful, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So do not hesitate to actually, it's a great value, and I hope to see you all there. I'll be there. I'll probably be the one lurking around, seeing what all these beautiful people are doing. Oh, I see somebody from, Jessica Bay. She's from Nova Scotia. See some people from Florida. So I'm just reading the comments. And as always, remember that, let me see, we have a few more. As always, remember that whenever you comment and, you share, at the end, Heather will be choosing somebody to win a $15 gift certificate to the shop from one of the lucky comments. And you want to save your money, because what's coming on Monday to Pinkfresh Studio, the new release, it's gorgeous. Especially, come September, the weather starts to cool off. So it's a good time to start thinking about holidays. And this new line, the new stencils and stamps, and there's quite a bit. I'm going to play with some stuff that's already been shown. I'm going to show you a little bit more of what is coming. And then I think you're going to love it. I think it's going to get you in the spirit. And you know what the beauty part of it is, that you can do a lot more things that are just not Christmas related. I don't know if you caught of Heather's project yesterday. It was beautiful, and she used a different palette, not so Christmassy. So, just keep in mind, I'm going to do something Christmas, but I'm going to use a fall collection with it. So I'm going to show you a few ideas. So I think we have enough people. I'm going to flip the camera and we're going to get started. So you're going to see my face. I'm just going to flip the camera right now, and then we get started. Maybe turn on the lights. So hopefully it's not too bright for you guys. Let's see. So no, I don't think we need the lights. I think we're fine today. Just makes it better. Let's put this one on. So today, as you, like I mentioned before, there's a few sneak peeks of what is coming on Monday to Pink Fresh Studio, and it's beautiful. It's very holiday, very nice and beautiful, and all the good things that we can say about it, because Pink Fresh Studio releases are always packed with gorgeous products. So I am, like I said before, I am using the Best Day collection as the base for my layout, and I hope everything is okay. But what we're gonna focus on, and I'm gonna move the stuff so you see it, is all these beautiful new things. And this is just a portion of what is coming on Monday. I mean, there is some hot foil plates, and you know what, I saw whenever I start hot foiling, I do it in a few colors, so I have them at hand. I am also going to what we're going to use today, and I think if you checked Saturday crafting hour with Jeff and Nicole Spore, they use this set, and this is the poinsettia stamp set. It comes with a stencil so you can color, and you also have a die set that actually, you know, creates this and matches this nicely. But what is also great about this is it actually has a coordinated washi, and the washi tape, again, we've talked about it before. If you're a scrapbooker, then this is a great, like a great thing to have, because you can create quite a few of the florals in one single shot. So I'm just gonna move this to the side, and we're gonna stretch a little bit of this so you can see what it looks like. And of course, I forgot to get the cardstock, so give me 1 second. Okay, it's right here. So I have my white cardstock, and I am using, actually, this is 80-pound, I think it's Nina, but it's just for the sake of doing the washi. So I'm gonna trim it down. I have my big trimmer here. I like creating my 4 1/4 like panel, so it makes it easier for me to put it through my machine. So I'm just gonna trim this to around 4 1/4. So let's go at it. It just makes it easier for me to put the washi on it. So I'm gonna keep that for another card, because, you know, we do use it. And then we are gonna find my little squeegee so I have it straight and perfect. I can find it. So I'm gonna stretch it so you see it. And this poinsettia is actually very pretty because it has single florals, but it also comes with a wreath, which makes it, if you're a card maker and you wanna mass produce like cards, then a wreath in this formation is great. So gonna show you, and it's actually not even red. It's like this beautiful tone of mauve and pink, and it has a little bit of peach. It's a beautiful, beautiful tone. The leaves are like an olive tone. It's just a beautiful, and it has gold foil. So I'm using a squeegee. I don't know, you can use a credit card, you can use like a palette knife, anything that's just, this is just gonna help me stretch the washi and take away any bubbles. Just give me like a smooth surface. And then I am actually gonna trim my axis. I like using my X-Acto knife. So I just run it through the edge here. It's ready for the next use. I know we all love the washi. The washi rolls are great. So there we go. And like I said, this has a coordinating die. So it makes it very easy. It all comes in one single sheet. Like the die is in one single piece. So you don't have to be like, you know, guessing where everything is going to sit. All you have to do is line it up. I'm just gonna get it there. And I always keep little pieces of washi on the back, so it makes it really handy. Just gonna make sure that it's all lined up. I wanna make sure that it's all nicely centered. Because today's layout is gonna be based mostly on the wreath. I'm gonna show you a fun idea. If you actually do, you know, you're a scrapbooker and you're gonna get this washi after you do all your Christmas cards, because you're gonna get quite a few. Most of the Pink Fresh Studio washes yield around 40 and plus panels. So you're gonna have quite a few of the flowers. So I have my little machine here. I actually have it handy today. And you're gonna see that it was well used this week. creating a few projects. And you're gonna see lots of inspiration on Monday. We'll have the blog hub, so make sure you follow along. And then on Tuesday, we have an Instagram hub, so you can see all the beautiful stuff. And I mean, if it's foil plated, I probably got it. And I was gonna show you something else that wasn't shown, but I realized when I started pulling stuff that I asked for the foil plate, but I didn't ask for the stamp. So it kind of defeated the purpose. And I gotta talk to Heather after, because I think I am gonna need the stamp for that particular design. So I'm gonna put my little machine here, and we're gonna show you how easy this is. It's gonna take, like I said, one single turn, and now I get moving a little bit. So don't mind me if I want to be precise with this. So for some reason, like I said, it's been well loved this week. The machine has done a lot of work. So we're gonna go at it. So let's see. I'm hitting this edge here. Okay, so again, one single pass just to be safe. We're gonna go back. I don't think I need it. Machine's still pretty new, so it's working great and I'm loving it. Here we go. Let me move this to the side so you can see the machine on the camera. There we go. So you're gonna see all at once, we have all the pieces. This is just garbage, so put it under there. And there we go. Just gonna move it to the side here so you can see it. This die is actually the one that coordinates with the poinsettia washi stencil, and it actually has a stamp. I'm gonna pull it out again so you can see it. So I'm just gonna, let me move this out of the way, and I'm gonna show you. So this is the die. It all comes in one single piece. Then you have the coordinating stamp, and you actually have the stencil, so you can actually color your flowers to whatever color. Like I know some people like white poinsettias, or you like those really red ones. So you can go ahead and customize it to fit your project or your card or whatever you are creating. So I am using the washi tape. That's gonna be the base of my layout today. So I'm just gonna put this aside, and I'm gonna show you what, here it is. I created quite a few. I'm gonna be honest, there's probably 7 or 8 here if I use a few more. So you have like this big cluster of florals, and then the small ones. You get this beautiful wreath. And like I said, I'm gonna try to put it closer. I think the light works fine today. And this is like a little peach, pink. This is like a mauve. And then you have these beautiful flowers, it's like olive, sorry, the branches are olive, and you have the gold foil, a little bit of mint. So it's a beautiful palette. Actually, the color is very, very pretty. And like I said, if you wanna, make it your own and get a different color that matches, your personality or your project better, then you can use the stencil. And check the craft hour from Jeff that happened last week. They actually used the stencil and the stamp to create the project. So always good to go back and see all the lives, because there's lots of ideas. So let's go back into my little project. So I pulled out a picture of my kids, my teenagers, and the baby are mine. These are my niece and nephew, and we spend Christmas together. So I'm using white as a base. This is heavy cardstock. This is 140-pound heavy cardstock. We're not gonna add that much mixed media. We're just gonna add a little bit of color on the background, just enough so that makes everything stand out. But I'm gonna show you the idea of the page before we go into that. So, like I said, if you're a card maker, wreaths are great. If you're a scrapbooker, it's a great way to add movement and create a page in a quick amount of time. So my idea is we're literally gonna use the wreaths. And like I said, I cut quite a few. Just creating my background with the wreaths. And my picture, I'm just gonna move it around a little bit just to give you an idea where everything is gonna sit. Might pull it a little bit more. We're gonna fill it up with some stuff here. See, do I need 4? No, I think I need 3. I just need to move it a bit. There we go. So I think this is a good move. There we go. This is pretty much the idea. We still have space for a title. We have space to add some paper. And we have space to add more flowers, which is what I want to do. I want to make it very rich in these colors and in these flowers. So that's pretty much what my base is going to look like. So, as always, let's get a pencil. I'm actually, again, let's just play with some stuff, you know. Let's make that's much better. So I like this triangle form even better. So, you know, I have a little bit of coverage everywhere. So I like this a little bit better. Yes, the big wash is a lot of possibilities. If you're a scrapbooker, gives you plenty of embellishments. So I'm just gonna mark with the little dots more or less where everything is gonna sit. Again, we're gonna go very light with the mixed media on the background. We're just gonna add a little bit of color. And so it just gives you more or less an idea. I take this out of the camera right now, and we're gonna work on this right now. Now, like I said, I just wanna add enough color to the background so that everything stand out. That's what I made the picture black and white. So everything that I put on top of it is gonna, like, you know, show nicely. I'm just trying to read stuff as I'm working. So I know Heather's there to answer the questions. Thank you, Heather, for being here today, by the way. So I'm gonna use, actually, I play with some colors outside of the camera. And I like the fact that Fresh Pear kind of just brings that soft green look to the page. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this on the background. I have my little brush here. Maybe I should have got a bigger one, but again, I'm just gonna add a little bit of ink just to make sure that, like I mentioned before, I want the ink to pop from behind the page. I don't want to cover everything. I just want to make sure that everything that I put on top of it just stands out. So that means that I'm just going to create kind of a halo of color around everything that I have. So this is Fresh Pear. I am using just a small brush. You're going to see that I'm just going to be intentional of where I'm adding the ink. So that's what I added the little dots. So I know that that's the parts outside of my little, how do you call it? The little cluster of reeds that I created so that I can add my ink just to that area. And you can remember, it's always good to start small and then you can add. You can, if you start too big, it's hard to take away. So you can always add, but you cannot take away, especially when you're working with ink and cardstock. You know, it's a little bit less forgiving. So let me just pull a little piece of paper here so that I can clean my brush a bit. I'm just looking at this. Yes, I'm just reading your comments a little bit while I add the ink. So ask away. Heather is there to answer any questions that you have about the release. It goes live on Monday at 8 o'clock, 7 Central, if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, you know, go ahead and start saving, like, you know, making a list. If you've seen some of the sneaks, I'm going to show you, I'm going to pick you a few things that I had because I worked on another project for one of the blog hops. So I'm going to show you what I did a little bit so you have an idea of what else is coming. So it's beautiful. Like I said, if you want to get into like the holiday mood, you know, everything is changing. I don't know about wherever you guys are, but here in Toronto, which I am in Canada, as of the kids are going back to school on Monday, that means that as of last week, everything in my, you know, my supermarket, which is like a block away from my house, is Halloween. And I went there yesterday, they were starting to put some Christmas stuff. So everything is rapidly changing, even like, you know, with the stuff that you're gonna be showcasing in the stores. So it's a great time to start thinking about your cards, thinking about your projects for Christmas. And can I just say that what is coming, like if you're a scrapbooker and you love like Pink Fresh Studio stuff, wait until you see the Christmas collection. It's beautiful, festive, it's beautiful. That's all I'm gonna say. It's coming soon, if I'm not mistaken, but you are going to love that. So I'm just adding ink a little bit. I'm not gonna overdo it. Remember, like I said, I mark the outside edge with little dots of pencil where everything is gonna sit. So I'm just creating a halo around it. Once I put back my my pieces in place, then I know where I have to add the extra ink. This little bit of ink is just gonna make everything stand out. So I'm just reading the comments. Cookbook this. Okay, I missed something here. So Yay, another, yes. Oh, there's, if you can only see what, you know, and I don't have all the material. I only have a selection of it, but there's some beautiful, beautiful pieces. And you, like I said, wait till you see Monday what the design team has created. It's beautiful, beautiful. So again, scrapbooker, go ahead and start saving your money, because you know this release is going to be great to create your Christmas projects. It's very versatile. And if you're a card maker, then your holiday cards are going to look gorgeous with all the release. So pretty much I have added my ink to the outside of the formation. So let's go back and make sure that I have enough ink. So remember, more or less the idea. I have the little dots. That's what I marked the dots. So I know where everything sits. So you see, I just have that little halo. So I'm just gonna see where I need to add the extra ink. So I'm just working on this and reading your comments, and I'm hoping not to, that my hand doesn't stop moving while I'm reading. So I'm gonna move the photo a little bit. So it's just these little areas in between the reeds. I don't mind if the space inside the reed stays white. It's okay, but I do want to have, like, you know, a little bit of extra color. How do I display my pages? I can show you. I have a little in my house. I live in an apartment. I keep all, and I have a lot of scrapbook, like a lot of scrapbook material. Like I said before, I'm a curator of beautiful products. So I have a little display on my sofa table that actually has, you know, like those cookbook stands. So I put I have like 2 or 3 of them. So I put the recent ones in order there. So they stay there for as decoration on my sofa table, along with pictures of my family. And then I actually move them onto page protectors, and I have them standing up in the sofa table. We have cubbies underneath. So I have them standing there until I get them into albums. And if it gets too full, then I have a closet where I keep my scrapbook pages in boxes, because I have quite a few. So let's see. See, are you gonna see right now? Again, you know, use the little dots. Little pencil dots are gonna help you remember where everything's gonna sit. So there you go. See, so a little bit of color, you just have the halo of color. So pretty much what it's going to look like. We are gonna start into working everything else. So I'm gonna show you there is I'm just reading. Heather can help you with what is coming, but so now we have this. We're gonna add some paper, because paper is always nice. So let me see. I had this idea, and I don't know if it's gonna fit, but I'm gonna show you a little peek. This is one of the stencils that is coming on Monday. I was thinking maybe I use it as a background, but it doesn't go as great. So I'm going to take it out again, but again, this is one of the ones that is coming on Monday. And instead we're gonna use pattern paper, because I think we need to, the beautiful pattern paper needs to be used. So I'm just gonna add a few layers behind the photo just to make sure that it pops. And I wanna stay kind of very monochromatic in a way. I wanna play on these beautiful colors of the reeds. So let's see. I'm using one of the new, so I know I like this. And you're gonna see this like a soft peach. It matches this actually beautifully. So sometimes you don't need to have a Christmas collection just to actually have you know, create a project. So this is just a few of the papers that I have, and I really like this because I think it's gonna frame the photo, but thinking if I have to go with a contrasting color just so that this stands out better. So I'm actually gonna use this. I'm gonna use actually the gray side. If I use the pink side, then this is not going to stand out as much, even though I have the photo. I'm just gonna show you so you have an idea of how. Yeah, so you want something that contrasts and actually makes everything stand out. So you see, I'm flipping the wrong thing. So if I put the gray side, you're gonna see how this actually works. You see how the flowers stand out. So think about that when you create, and you want something that is not gonna compete with the florals. In this case, I'm going with more of a neutral. It has a beautiful print, it's like a flourish, but because it's so small in the 6x6 paper pad, it looks more of a solid, and I think it's great for creating a mat for my photo. So we are going to go ahead. I might be loving. Oh yeah, the stencils. You know what? I think the Pinfray Studio stencils are beautiful. They were great. They come like, you know, those little notches that you have marked to create your cards, make it so easy to create a project. So yeah, they are great and they line up perfectly. I cannot rave enough. I mean, again, but then again, I like mixed media, and I think I read somewhere that this was the year of the stencil, and I completely agree. I mean, it's an easy way to create a project, make it look so nicely, especially if you're not like an stamper or you want to, like, you know, and I'm not, I do love stamping, but I love stencils much more than I actually like the stamping. So you're gonna see right now, we have our base. Am I inspired by my photos first? I'm always inspired. In this case today, because I wanted to use this, I actually went with something that is really neutral so I can make the flowers stand out. But I am usually inspired just by the story. I like, and that's one of the reasons why I work with a lot of black and white photos, because I like the papers and the stories to be told through the pages in a way. I hope that, you know, helps to answer like the question in a way. So just to make it, just so you can see what it looks like. See right now, we're gonna move it a bit. So we have our base. I still think we need to add another piece of paper behind it. So we're just going to, you know, consider a few more things here. So those things that we're not gonna use the large paper, we are. I'm just thinking if I wanna frame this or if I just want to, and I put some papers. I really like this. This paper is Cozy Days, but the colors here, especially when I go like that, they kind of match nicely the florals. So that was one of the choices. And then the other choice that I have, and I'm actually gonna pull it because I set it aside today, is something a little bit softer. Like I said before, I want something that is nice and soft. So I kind of like this. Just like a nice soft tone that is just, you know, create this nice kind of frame for my layout. So I might go with that. Or again, you put paper in front of me, I'm just gonna play with all of this. And I'm looking at all the options that I have right now. I like this too. Just because it has the gold and the pink. See, I like that better. Okay, so this is gonna be it. I don't know yet if we're going to, you know, so we're gonna trim that. Yeah, I think it needs a frame. It's a nice way to bring the pink and the gold. So slowly this is gonna come together. So let's just go ahead and create a little frame. And then we're gonna go into the embellishing and our layout. It is going in the embellishing. We're gonna use a few more things that are coming on Monday. So let's get going there. So let's create a frame. And if you are a scrapbooker, then you know the secrets. We like to save paper for, you know, better days. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim a 1.5 inch frame from the paper. So I'm going to here, and I'm gonna show you a secret. When you do this, you're gonna create a little frame because I wanna, you know, I don't wanna waste all the paper behind it. So I'm gonna go at it, but I'm not gonna hit all the end. I'm just gonna leave it so that it doesn't come undone. So when I trim the back, I'm just gonna leave a little space. So it makes it easier, like, you know, my frame is nice and square and nothing is moving. So I'm just gonna create in my little frame. So you're gonna see out of the happiness, I need to get a better, I struggle with a good paper trimmer. I know that it's one of my biggest struggles to find one. So I'm gonna cut, I think, around 1 inch of this just to make it, you know, on 2 sides. Let me just make sure that I have everything centered. So that looks about right. Take 1 inch here, and I'm going to take 1 inch from 2 of the sides. So pretty much that's all we're gonna do with the paper. I put that on the side. Have it here. See, nothing's coming undone, and oh, I love how that turned out. There you go. So you have the frame. Now Oh, I was, yes. No, I think that, first of all, the paper that I'm using is really heavy. I don't know if you can hear it. So I just want something that is going to frame the photo. So I don't want to waste all the paper here on the back. And it's actually beautiful paper. So I'm sure that that'll come in handy in a scrapbook layout. But I do want the frame. So one way to keep this without, like, moving. So it's just don't cut it all the way to the end. Leave a little space. And then you're able to, keep everything straight. So there we go. It's going to sit there. And it's going to frame everything that I put inside nicely. So let's just commit to this. Let's just build the layout. Add some double-sided adhesive to keep it in place. And so let me know. I'm just like reading some of the comments right now while I'm doing this. I saw Heather's card yesterday. I missed Elias, but I've been seeing the sneaks on Instagram of all the projects I've been creating. There's a lot of foiling because, with Christmas, you have that like shimmering sensation. I don't know how you put it in English. It's hard to say it. I'm thinking in Spanish, all I can think is like bling. That's the best way to put it. So I think foiling, it's going to, for the season, it's the best thing, So a lot of hot foil plates, but there's also beautiful stencils and stamps that you don't need to have a foiling plate. Maybe you can emboss them and you're gonna have the same feel. So there we go. Now you see much better. Now it's going to frame everything nicely. Yeah, I like that better already. So let's just start off. Let's just move the photo a little bit. And again, if you want to, you can go ahead and cut the wreath just to make them smaller for, you don't waste the stuff in the center. It's up to you, but you want to have that, like that nice movement in the center. Always talk about movement, but it just gives you that nice look, the zigzag look that is going to bring the attention to the photo. So you look into it, it's fine. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a little bit of foam adhesive. We're going to give it some dimension. So see, I have it here. Pull a few little pieces here. Oh, hi. Is her name Anita? Anita Cole. You the first time you found the channel. You're welcome. Welcome. Make sure you subscribe. There's quite a few. You're gonna see quite a bit of inspiration from the design team here, as well as card making lives. And also, I come here every so often to show you a little bit of scrapbooking with Pinfresh Studio material. But you can always, there's quite a bit of inspiration from the design team. So welcome. So there we go. It's gonna add it to the ends. I just wanna make sure that the ends that are gonna show are the ones that are going to pop. Yeah, so remember the center, not so much, because I wanna make sure that it kind of stays flat so I can add my photo there. So I'm putting my foam adhesive towards the ends of the page, of the wreaths. Yes, dimension is life. Yes, Valerie, that's Laura Bassin's line, and it's completely agree. Even if you're a scrapbooker, and I know that because we have to put our papers in a page protector, sometimes we stay away from dimension. But it's nice to have that little shadow on your pages that just gives you a little bit of that, gives you kind of alive. It just adds to the movement. It doesn't make them, it makes them come alive. That's the best way to say it. It makes them come alive. So I'm just almost done with this. I'm just like propping the edges that are outside of the wreaths. So I'm just looking, I'm just trying to read your comments and work at the same time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So there we go. So you see how like I might just, yeah, I like that. So now to keep this in place, again, if you can go ahead and cut this if you want to, but the washi tape roll is really generous if you, you're gonna have plenty. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of tape to secure the ones that are gonna go inside. Make sure that that's in place. So my photo is gonna sit right there. I might lift a little bit and here just kind of tuck my photo there a bit. Okay, so see, simple, a little bit of ink on the background. The flower is gonna do quite a bit of the work for you. So go make sure you wake up early if you are, a late sleeper, because it's great. So we're just going to add a few more of the florals, just gonna bulk up these clusters. So already I know that I wanna cover this white space here. So I'm thinking, what if I move this here a little bit? I like that. And if I talk to myself, please, it's not, I'm trying to talk to you at the same time, but sometimes, when you're like, oh, usually people are like, not people, but I scrapbook on my own. And so sometimes I talk to myself and like, oh, I think this looks good here, or this, so if I am doing that, my apologies. It's just the way I work, by myself. So I'm just adding some flowers right now. I'm not committing. I'm just, like I said, bulking up the clusters. So I'm just trying to create movement, trying to follow the wreath with the extra florals. There we go. So I'm just thinking if I actually, we might actually add some more here. Kind of like that, kind of coming from behind the photos. There we go. Again. So if you have any questions about this, let me know. Yeah, I just read a comment that said the PF muted colors on this washi are beautiful. I thought when I saw it online, when we got the catalog to choose the product, I thought it was going to be a different tone. And when I opened it and stretched it on the white cardstock, I was really, really happy with the colors. It's a beautiful tone, very non-traditional in a way, but at the same time, it's a beautiful palette that is going to give you, I can guarantee you that you can get beyond Christmas with these florals. That much I can say. So if you're a scrapbooker, this washi tape set is a good one, because you don't have to just scrapbook Christmas. You can do winter. You can even push it to the spring just because of the palette. So let me just see. I kind of like that. I just, like I said, I want to kind of bulk up the little bit of the clusters. So one of the things that I love about this is that it has these beautiful little branches, so it's going to help me with the movement. So I'm just going through my little thing, my little bowl of goodness here. I have a few more, and of course I move sentiments. My apologies if you see my hands just moving around. Trying to find them here. Okay, so I know that my title is gonna go down here, so I'm trying to just kind of bulk up this area, extend it a little bit more. So I like that. This area here, I'm just move this. I'm just trying to see where, everything is going to sit nicely. So if you have any questions about this, go ahead, ask me. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm multitasking. It's, I'm trying to multitask, should I say. So I'm just thinking a different flower will be better here, just to help me with the movement. I'm liking this. I think it's actually, I might not like this here. I think, let me see. Just like I said, I haven't committed the photo yet, because I want to make sure that, like, everything else sits nicely. Okay, I like that better. And I might actually add a little bit down here or over here. Let's see. I'm just trying to follow the circle of the wreath, just to help me like a more organic look to the page too, and to the movement of the, the design. So I'm just trying to work with that. So that's why I think the little branches come in really handy, because it actually helps with that. I'm just thinking if I have this here. I kind of like that. This one is not working. Just reading this. It's always fun, the stencils. Yeah. This, like I said, if you are a scrapbooker, then you want to look into the washes and the stencils on Monday. You want to look into everything. What am I saying? Just once you see what it got done with the stencils and the stamps on scrapbook pages, you are going to love. Oh, I will. I'm sure you guys will too. Trust me. We always say, oh, you know what we say, like, oh, I'm on what is the word? I'm on a spending freeze, and then like this beautiful new collection show up, and then you forget that you're on a spending freeze, and magically, stuff starting to show up in your house. This is pretty much what's gonna happen to you. Trust me, because that happens to me all the time, and I'm not the only one. I think my husband has me on a spending, like, on a spending freeze for a while. And he just, he just shakes his head and just, the credit card is the credit card. Thank God that, we're blessed that we have jobs and we can afford it. But sometimes there's some products that you want to, what's the word? You want to splurge on, and this will be one of them. So I'm happy with what that looks like. And that's just washi tape and cardstock, a little bit of ink, but it's doing quite a bit already. And I love that. I love the fact that, scrapbook pages with like beautiful products just take a little bit of moving around in this case, but work really nicely. So I like what this looks like. I am actually going to secure the photo now, and then we're going to add in a few more touches of more of the stuff that is coming. And this picture here is actually, you see, my sister lives a little bit far from us. She's around an hour away from where we are in Toronto. So whenever the kids come over, even if you're gonna see my kids are not even, they're in shorts because we're in the house attire, but whenever they come visit, we try to take a picture of all the kids together, because it's a great reminder of to see how they're growing. And the other one is all our family, our extended family lives in Ecuador. We are my father and his family, his wife and his two children, are probably the only family that we have, and it's just us. Yeah, so we like to take pictures of the kids regardless of what they look like. My kids were playing, the little ones were playing, so they're kind of messy, but it's a nice way to send a photo to my family in Ecuador so they can see it, they can see them together. Then my inside was yes, yeah. So again, so I'm just securing the photo right now. I'm just adding some foam adhesive to make sure that it's at the same level. So I'm just going to move us some pieces, just trying to work through this. I think that's all I'm gonna add, and now we're gonna start securing our florals. Yeah, and again, I've talked about this before. Do not be afraid to cut your pieces, or like in this case, the washi tape, which is the one I'm gonna do right now. Don't be afraid to do that. It just give you extra material. But no, it's just make the product work for you. Like do not. I know before I used to get very frustrated when like things did not sit the way I wanted it to. And then I just decided to start cutting it. Make it work for you. That's the best way that I can put it. Make it work for you. So you see right now, I'm using a different foam adhesive too, which is a little bit thicker. So I'm just gonna give that extra height, and there's gonna be a little bit of difference between the wreath and the extra flowers that I'm adding. Does anyone make junk journals? Here, I don't know if anybody here does make, but go ahead. If any of you guys do junk journals, maybe you can help Anita with it. Is that your name, Anita? She wants to know if anybody does it. And you know what? These products are great in any project, not just scrapbooking pages or cards. They work great in a lot of projects. So you see, I moved the card. So for now, we're gonna leave it there. Okay, let's see if this little piece works here. Why waste it? I'm just gonna put it down here. Again, I don't want to cut this, but I'm thinking that it has to go down there. Yeah, I might actually use it there. So again, a little foam adhesive. You know what? I think I'm in the same boat as, is your name Pat? Or I don't know what your name is, El Pay or El Pi. Yeah, my cars are usually overflowing, and then like it's a mistake. And then, I'm talking, like, I'm trying to read, and then I'm get away from the project. It's like, where sometimes you're like, oh, I can only afford this with the ship, especially shipping to Canada can be a little bit pricey sometimes. So I'll be like, I make the mistake of like, okay, I'm just gonna buy this, and then I leave stuff on my card, and then I come back after, and then I have to pay double shipping because I cannot get away from like not having that. So if any of you like sympathize with my with the same ailment that I suffer, then you know that sometimes, and it's not sometimes, a lot of times, I get burned twice because I should have just bought it all at once and have one single shipping. Instead, I end up paying double shipping just because I want to. Oh, thank you, Robin. There you go. So I'm just gonna move this one here a little bit. I see my friend Robin is here. She's documenting Life 365. I love her. She's a sweetheart. So I'm just going here to just keep adding some more. You know what? Maybe we'll try doing like, a junk journal. I don't know. We have some ideas for Christmas with Heather. We talked about some stuff that we might do. It's just, if we do stuff like that, it will have to be a part 1, part 2, because it's not something that you can do in 1 hour. So we'll talk about it with Heather. We'll see if maybe we talked about it before too. Maybe like we started on 1 week and then we continue the week after. We'll see. I mean, I think it's nice to show you all the things that you can create with a product. Especially, like I said, when you have beautiful products as the Pink Fresh Studio ones, it just makes it a joy to create. It makes it really easy to do too. So, we'll talk about it after. Oh, we all want to do it all, Connie. I want to do it all too, but you know what? Time is just, I wish, I don't know. I wish I could be younger in a way to do all the things, go back and you're like, oh, I want to do all the things from before and stuff like that. So let's not go into those topics. Makes me sad. And, we're not getting any younger. Let's just put it that way. We're not getting older either, but, let's see, always to do a junk journal. Like I said, we have, some ideas with Heather for winter and Christmas, because we've already have a peek of what's coming to Pink Fresh Studios. So we talked about a few things for the Christmas season with their collection. But like I said, it's I have to make sure that we can fit it in an hour. It's I love seeing project come to have a beginning and an end within an hour. But if we do like a junk journal, it would take a little bit longer. So we'll consider it. Well, as always said, leave me any comments, leave me any suggestions, and then we'll look at it and see, how we can accommodate all of you guys. And show you a little bit more versatility to all these beautiful products. So as always, leave me comments. Yes, yes, your pages are as good as your products you use. And especially, like I said, for example, for this, I don't think you need to add much more to this washi tape. It's already beautiful as it is. You don't need to, like I said, I don't need that much paper because I want the washi to do all the work. So oh, did you? Yeah, junk journals are, kind of heavy on mixed media, kind of heavy on a lot of stuff. So we'll talk about it. We'll consider it. We're not saying no, we'll consider it. But for now, let's focus on this beautiful product. So my flowers are ready. You see, like, focus is here. The flowers are driving my design. Everything is nice. The palette is gorgeous. So I'm just gonna clean up a little bit of my little mess here, so we can go into the embellishments, and I'm going to show you a few more things that are coming to Pink Fresh Studio. And I think you've seen them, but we're going to. So another one, and I think Heather used this yesterday in the live that she did yesterday. This is the Thrill of Hope. It's a wreath. I actually have the wreath. It's this one here, and she used it. So make sure you go check the Facebook Live. She created a beautiful project with a beautiful color palette that is not Christmas related, but it's a Christmas project. So this is a hot foil plate, and it has and it's actually separate, so you don't have to do all at once. Sorry, I just have little pieces on my hands. So it's the different sentiments separate, so you can use them separate or together, and you have a die set. So I went outside of the camera and actually created a few of them. I did a few, and this one is a pink. I can't remember the name, but this one is champagne foil. It's just it has the same tones as the background. So I created the two ones, Season of Wonder and Thrill of Hope. So I created that. This one here, it's called The Perfect Sentiment Holiday. And this is, I saw Leah do this, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing. This is just a hot foil plate. And I only have the hot foil plate and the die. I know it has a coordinating stamp. So again, you can have all the sentiments in one sheet of foil. So I've gone again, I did ahead of time, and I have again some in that pinkish. This actually, it's a copper, I have it in gold, and I have it in this, like, I don't know what color it is. It came in my little box. It's like a chocolate brownish tone. And I was like, oh, this looks so pretty because it goes nicely with the brown. Yeah. So those are the two that I said it will look nice on this. So I'm going to my title work from distance here. So I really like the Season of Wonder, and I thought that would be pretty. I think my title needs to be down here just because I have that negative space down here. So I like that here. And you see my name there. It's just like I said. So we're gonna see my title is gonna be Season of Wonder. I like that there. There we go. It's a beautiful font. And I think I do want to use some of this. Let me see. I think I have one that said Holiday Cheer, and I'm gonna use the same tone just because I make sure that I tie in all the, you know, and I think this has to be right here with that wreath. It's just kind of the movement. So I know I'm gonna need something else here. My title is gonna be here, and I don't mind gluing it to the gold one. I'm actually use the gold just so it stands out from the pink. Let me just see which one looks better. Yes, make sure, like I'm just reading what Heather said, all these products are coming on Monday. Make sure you set your alarm clock at 7 a.m. Central Time, which is 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, which is like, you know, anybody in Canada in the Eastern area. So I think I like this. I don't know if I want to, yeah, I like this here. So I'm gonna put this here. My sentiment is gonna be my title. And then we're gonna add a few more embellishments, but that about it. So, but I wanna show you, because I'm pretty much done. It's this beautiful plate. This is another thing that I put for today life, but then I was like, no, it's too much. And this is that, if you've seen the rubber stamps that Pinkfresh Studio has, it has this design. And the first thing that came to mind to Heather was like, Heather, this will make beautiful wrapping paper. So what I did, just to give an idea how versatile, if you're a scrapbooker, these are, I went and had foiled it, like a few pieces of paper, but then I went and cut my titles out of it. So I used dies to cut titles. So like I said, versatility on the product, it's there. Just make sure you set your alarm, and then you can, you know, look at everything that's coming on Monday. So let's get going back to my page so we can finish, and then we can, you know, talk a little bit more about what we're going to get on Monday and, you know, all that stuff. So I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna go with the gold just because I have quite a bit of that pink. So I want to stay away from that. I want the title to stand up. I have this pink. It's just gonna make it a little bit sturdier to like, you know, glue one to the other one. Again, I'll just probably foil a little bit more later on. So, you know, because never can get enough foil. But I do like this holiday cheer up there. I'm gonna keep it in pink. I do want it to be just a sentiment. I don't want it to be like, you know, the main thing. I want this to be my title. So I'm just gonna start securing this in place. This is Sherry. You know what? A hot foiling machine is a great investment. You know, it's a great investment. I got my hot foiling machine when the first the butterfly release from Pinkfresh Studio came out, and I was like, Heather, I need to get one. So I thought, Heather, send me this stuff because I'm gonna get one, and I did. I was one of the lucky ones. I know that they're very popular, so they sell really fast. So make sure that if you can get a hold of one, and there's two machines, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have the Spellbinders Glimmer Foil, but I know Gemini also makes a hot foiling machine. So, you know, make sure that you check them out. I mean, if you can afford it or not, if you can afford it, then it's a great tool to have. If you're a card maker, then it's excellent. If you're a scrapbooker, even better. So again, you know, if you can afford it, go ahead and see if you can find one. It's a great investment. It just brings that extra to your pages, you know, just bring that extra to your pages. That's the best way I can put it. There you go. I'm just going, that's my title. So you see how, like, I know my lines of journal are going to be down here. I have the perfect place for them. So now we're just going to add a few more embellishments, and I don't want something that's shiny. I want something that's very muted. I already have the shine going, so don't need that much more. So I'm going to come in with, let me see if I put the icons here. So I put a few tones here of stuff. I love this here. This love here. I'm thinking that I just need to tuck it maybe down here. Let me see. Just playing with some ideas. I like this here. So, okay, so that's gonna be there or here. What is it here? No, we're gonna think about it. We need to go to, we're gonna be right here. Again, remember, zigzag. You wanna put your stuff in a zigzag so everything looks, you know, works fine. I missed something. Who said something about maturity? Oh no, we're talking about our ages. My apologies if I said about the ages. You know, I know that, you know, some people like to talk about it, some people don't, but I think I opened that, you know, that kind of worms. I'm sorry. Sorry, my apologies if I did, you know, but let's not kid ourselves. We all getting, like, you know, we're all getting out there. I wish we could stop time, but we can't. There we go. So I think I like that there. Like I said, a few things. You want to tell my family photo. There we go. See, more than this brown thing. I want to take this. I like this here. Yeah, I like this here. Family photo. It has the gray that I have on the background. It's much better there. Perfect. I like this. And I like this photo up here. You're not going to need much. I don't want to, like, you know, hide a lot of what I did. So I'm just going to add a few more. I'm thinking this picture there here maybe come in handy over here. No. So let's not, let's put it back here. Let me see what else. It just needs a few more. We don't need that much more stuff. I think I like this love here. I think it needs some. Let's see. Yep, it's gonna add it there. Yeah, because you're not, yeah, so there we go. You don't need that much more. That's all you're gonna need. Like I said, the washi tape is doing quite a bit of the work for us. So just a little bit more, so just drive your eye around it. What we are gonna add though is bling, because it makes it all better. So I put a few just to play around. I do like the gold. I think that because I have that pink tone underneath, it might be a little bit too much, but let's just see. And this one here is peach fuzz. And I thought the yellow one that I had was gonna complement this. So I'm just gonna play with some of them to see which one looks better. I kind of like the peach fuzz, you know, so let's commit to that. And I also pulled jewel, is it glacier? No, I don't like it. I like the peach fuzz. It just brings that peach tone of the florals. So let's just add a few of this. Like I said, my lines of journal are going to be down here. I might actually, you know what I might do? Thinking that if I want to add another one here just to help me frame this, but no, let's not overdo it. Let's leave it very simple. And no, so let's see. I'm just going to scatter a few. So especially where I have my sentiments and my little, like, you know, anytime that I have a little cluster, that's where I'm going to add my shiny peach fuzz. I have to remember the names. I didn't know they had names. I was like, oh, pink and orange. And then I realized that I bought these extras because I used quite a few of this, that they have names on the background. So, and the back of the packaging. So I think this is going to sit here. And again, not cooperating right now. So let's just start gluing stuff. So there we go. I don't know where my, my sticky piece is right now. So we're going to freehand it with my finger right now. So let's just get this glued in place. Again, there we go. Remember, clusters of 3 work great. We're gonna put 2 for now, and then we're gonna see where else we need to add more. So just again, now here. So I'm just trying to read what you guys are saying there. So, and like I said, we're almost done. So I just want to make sure that you guys see the finished product before we turn the camera. So I'm just going to pull a few more here. Again, right here. Just going to add another one here. Again, see what I need to find my little sticky piece. And I think Heather mentioned yesterday which one she used. So I have to go outside of the camera and ask her which one she uses. I think I need one. I know I need one. As you can see, I do need one. Again, so much for my spending freeze right there. Let's call it, like, a work necessity. I can't write it off because I don't have, a business that I can write it off, but I'm just gonna call it a work need, or I don't know. Can I write it off? I don't know, but I need it. So it's gonna be a work thingy. So I'm just gonna see where else I can add a few more. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a few more. I don't want to overdo it. It's gonna sit there nicely. I think I want to add another one here. Just you need some shine in the middle of that. And I think that's about it. And walk away from the bling before you overdo it. There you go. And to move this out of the way, you see my little lid. And I gotta say, I am loving this glue, by the way. So that's about it. I'm just gonna draw the lines of journal here, so you're gonna see where everything goes. And I'll take a photo after and I'll put it on Instagram so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'm just gonna draw the line slightly. And then we're gonna flip the camera. I'm sure Heather is about to pick a winner for a gift certificate for the shop. And there we go. So I'm gonna move it down so you can see it. So there you go. Oh, and then you see, I was talking about it. And now I'm just going to take out the extra piece. There you go. So how does it look, guys? See, simple, beautiful. And I love how this turned out. Took no time. It's gonna take a little bit of time for you to prep the washi tape, but once you have it ready, then you're gonna have plenty of it handy. It's just a matter of placing it and working around it. So I'm gonna turn the camera so I can see your faces and you can see my sweaty face too. And give me 1 second. We're gonna chat a little bit more while we pick a winner of today's from one of today's comments. So let's see. Ooh, let's turn off this light so you don't see my shit. There we go. Oh, so how fun was that? And I have to go read the comments because I see a lot of laughing faces and I want to get into the joke, but I think I started some of this too. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember that the release goes live on Monday at 7 Central, which is 8 o'clock Eastern time. If you're in Toronto or anywhere in the Eastern Coast, there's quite a bit to choose from. Foiling plates, the stencils, the stamps, dies. You're gonna love it. As always, remember we're gonna have a gift certificate. We will have a blog hop on Monday to celebrate the release, and then an Instagram hop on Tuesday. And I see we have a winner that is Sherry Shumai. I hope I'm saying it properly. Forgive my accent. Congratulations. Remember to buy something cute and nice at the shop, and then show us what you do with it. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Heather, for being the voice in the sky that answers the questions while I am just creating the mayhem out over here. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. I think we're coming back in 2 weeks again, and we'll see what we work on then. Maybe we'll show you a new thing. We'll see. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend and have a good long weekend. It's Labor Day here in North America, so enjoy your long weekend. Go eat some barbecue, go outside, go enjoy the kids, especially if they go back to school on Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, always lots of good content being added. And I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Find the button. Okay.